So many questions. I have so many questions. All women need to eat, especially postpartum, whether you're breastfeeding or not. It's so hard. It's so hard, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Oh, good work, Bubba. So the red light is key. Can't even see it, but we've got my nursing pillow on all times for the most part, and it's got this little pocket. But gotta change the baby's diaper. He just took the longest nap, and like I'm telling you, this was the most glorious 2 hours that I just had. Like I don't ever really get a chance to get a lot done, and Nick had the kids, the older kids, Elena and Osa, they were out at a class, so I had the house to myself in the morning. It's like in the evening, I'm too tired. Like in the morning is when I'm most alert. This is a stinky one, y'all. I'm gonna cover this up because it's gonna be a stinky one. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about breastfeeding and all the questions that I get. Oh boy, this is a messy one. He didn't have a poop this morning. Oh wow. Cloth diaper. That's for another video. So we're going to talk about all the breastfeeding questions that I get, and pumping, and all the things while I pump. The first thing before I sit down, I'm going to talk about. Oh, sorry, buddy. So much poo poo. I know. Okay, we're in. We got a new diaper. Okay, so we're all good, and we will get to the nursing. Okay, so let's talk about all of the things breastfeeding and pumping. Every time I share anything about this journey, I get so many questions, and it's something that didn't come easy to me, let me tell you. I am, oh wow, my necklace. Oh, there it is. Heyo. Yeah, I mean, it was quite a journey the first time. I mean, with Aluna, I had such a hard time. She was in the NICU for what felt like forever, but it was 3 to 4 days. Maybe it was 4 days. I don't remember, but either way, being away from the baby made it really challenging. And then, just her having a bottle in the NICU. It was during COVID, so we didn't really get a chance to really bond with the whole nursing situation. And, when you first start, it's so challenging in general. So like, I mean, what do you do? So I had to do as much research as possible. I tried to work with lactation consultants. I really didn't know anything. I had the pump that came with my insurance at the time, so that was really exhausting. And then, I finally learned about the Willow. There's a child calling me. And then I learned about the Willow and made it a little bit easier. But I had to exclusively pump for about 6 weeks or so before I could really get her to just latch. So exclusively pump means you just pump and then you feed. You pump and you feed. So it was a very exhausting 6 weeks. It was a blur. And I really had no idea what I was doing. But then eventually it became easier. And then with Osa and Makoa, both journeys have been so seamless. And I'm really, oh, there's a child calling me. Yes, Aluna or Osa? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, in general, the journey for me was very challenging for my first child, and then later on with Osa and Makoa, much easier. And there are a lot of women who have that challenging journey, and I just encourage you to keep going. One of the questions I always get are, what are your tips? Is just to be patient with yourself and know that it's a brand new thing. No one ever teaches you how to do this unless you're purposely looking into the information or hiring a lactation consultant beforehand. But the day that you have your baby, whether you're in the hospital or at home, you're just all right, here you go. Feed your baby with your boob. So many questions. I have so many questions. With that being said, I am so grateful for the internet and for other women out there who have been through this journey. And I'm hoping that this video will help other women as well, with all the things that I can share about my personal journey. And I know I always get a lot of questions about pumping and all those things. So right now I'm nursing. I do use this little Haakaa on my other side, so I'm going to cover up here, but I'm going to use the Haakaa on the other side. We'll just see in real time like how much milk I actually get from this side. But yeah, you know, in general, you just got to figure out what works for you. I'm going to share what's worked for me and my babies. And you know, some women just exclusively pump, not just, you exclusively pump, which is so exhausting. But if it's something that you're really passionate about and you really want to breastfeed and feed breast milk, that's a way that you could definitely go into it, because you know there are so many different things that you may not know about, you know, different tools that you may need in order to make it comfortable. You know, there's nipple shields, which I didn't discover until this time around, which I'm just going to show you what this looks like. If you have inverted nipples, or if you have a crack nipple from like the baby, it's basically this little, like, it looks like a pacifier, but there's like little holes on it, and you literally just put it on there, and then the baby just sucks on this, and then it gets the milk out. And then if you have some sort of a crack or anything, it kind of protects it a little bit. But then also, let's see if we're getting any milk on the side. Yay! It also protects your nipple, or if you're inverted, like, it'll help the baby suck it out because it'll have something to latch onto. There's also like a little suction thing for inverted nipples, just FYI. And then also pumping, you could stimulate with the massager and then put your baby on, which is a lot of work, I know, but eventually if you have inverted nipples, just FYI, like, it does get easier. You have to like literally massage it out. Let's talk about the questions that I receive. Have them on my phone. A lot of things about supply. I am not a lactation consultant, but again, I'm speaking from experience. But supply is a combination of making sure that you're hydrating. I drink so much water. Like, this is my 40-ounce hydro jug that I drink at least 4 of these a day. So, I mean, that's a lot. 160 ounces a day is a lot of water, but I'm so thirsty. But not even just water, but electrolytes. I have at least 2 elements, if not 3 elements a day if it's hot out here in Texas. You know, with all the breast milk that I'm making in this early postpartum period. Oh no, it's gonna fall. You know, I am drinking so much water, so many electrolytes. I'm constantly dehydrated. So a combination of hydration, nutrition. A lot of women are so in a hurry to lose their baby weight, you know, the weight that you gained when you're pregnant. But like, if you want to feed your baby with milk, you're gonna need to eat more calories. I'm just being real here. Eat your calories. Make sure you have enough. You know, just like the stuff like oatmeal and other like buckwheat, etc. Don't be scared of eating more. I think a lot of women are always so scared of eating more, and I'm like, come on, you need it. Like, your body really, really, really needs it. So don't be afraid to eat. All women need to eat, especially postpartum, whether you're breastfeeding or not, but especially if you're breastfeeding. The third thing that I think is really important is to not put too much pressure on it. I think the stress alone can really stress your body out. And then whenever your baby's latching, it, like, you're supposed to have like relaxation in order to have that letdown. You know, like, I remember in the beginning I was so stressed trying to get them, and I did kind of not have that much of a milk supply. But now that I'm like, it's so much easier. Like, I get letdowns every 2 hours if the baby's sleeping, just because I'm chill about it, you know, and I don't know if that's the sciencey part of it, but I've noticed the more relaxed you are, the more that you'll be able to get the letdown and more milk. And then everyone's comfortable. Hold on, I got to tilt a little bit to get more milk coming out of here. But yeah, so when it comes to supply, that's really important. What do I eat? I eat everything. But I'm obviously really focused on fiber. I'm really focused on those healthy carbs like oatmeal, etc. And then hydrating like crazy on my electrolytes. Someone asked if there were any problems breastfeeding. I mentioned with Aluna, it was really challenging because she was so used to the bottle. She didn't want to latch. It was like not easy for her and not easy for me, because I'm telling you, if it's your first time, it's okay if it's challenging. It's so hard. But I'm telling you, it's worth it if you really try and you really just stay patient with yourself. And if you're just like, you know what, this is too much, that's okay too. Like, formula, there's amazing formula out there. The first with Aluna, I remember my milk coming in whenever she was in the NICU, and I was like crying. I was so hormonal. I was crying. It hurt so bad. Hi, Luna. And now she's amazing. Here, she's coming over here.
I'm making raviolis.
You're making raviolis? Wow. I love you. And look at her now. She's big and healthy. Oh.
What's this?
That's my camera. I'm telling everyone about breastfeeding. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Why don't you keep making your raviolis while I finish feeding Makoa? I love you.
Love you.
Love you. Mwah. Okay, so yeah, it was kind of challenging. You know, I remember the whole engorgement. It was just wild. And then like when you got clogs and everything. So this was about 4 years ago. I mean, Aluna's 3.5 now. They used to say like massage down, but my midwife recently just said you should massage up towards your lymph nodes. So this time around, whenever I would get clogs, I would like, you know, massage up. I remember it being like so sore with my nipples because I just wasn't used to it. I would literally put spoons, because they're stainless steel, and put them in the fridge or the freezer real quick before I go. Through that whole video, I had the Haakaa on. I didn't like re-squeeze too often, but I got about 1 ounce. So not bad. You know, get that extra little ounce in and then save it. So I'll highly recommend getting a Haakaa. Okay, I have some bonus footage for y'all. This is what I have in my nursing cart. I mentioned the Haakaa. It's always there to get some extra milk. I always have a pump in there. I always have chargers, both micro USB and then of course for my phone. So that USB-C, I have tissue. Oh my gosh, like tracking. Oh, good burp, Bubba. Water, of course, always should be in your nursing cart. And then I have headphones for whenever I want to listen to an audiobook and he's sleeping. This red light, essential, y'all. Very essential. Whenever it's nighttime or evening, you don't want overhead lights because that's going to be overstimulating for the baby. So the red light is key. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm like obsessive over sleep. So this is great. I have a notebook just for notes for myself. And then I have my Kindle. Look how cute this cover is. My Kindle for reading. I have some lotion for my hands just because self-care, and a brush, also self-care. Hair ties, because I feel like when I was like trying to nurse in the beginning and he was getting used to it, I'm constantly trying to, you know, get my hair out of my face. So the hair ties is nice. A nipple shield if you're someone that wants one in there. But then also vitamin D, because I always forget to give him the vitamin D. And then tissues. And then for my early postpartum period, I loved having this Cora heating pads, because something they don't tell you is that every subsequent child, your cramps while nursing are way more intense. And postpartum with him, they were so intense. So I used the heating pad and it was so nice. Oh, definitely a bonus. And then this thing, the Tubby Tab all over ointment. I put some ointment on him while he's nursing sometimes. And oh, a milk catchy too. So Willow has a new milk catchy that I am into. And then, yeah, this is what I have in my nursing cart.